What is up, guys? Wolfgang here. So today I want to cover this build before Maven releases her next video. If you didn't watch it, she recently released a video on a strand build for Warlock with Euphony, more specifically. The point is that she was surprised how much Threadlings Euphony can create. And I'm kind of in the same boat. I used it to complete the seasonal challenge. What was it? For linear launch for, yeah, this one, Stranded Ritual, and at least partially for precision calibration. This one's a bit longer. But yeah, so I used it for all these challenges, and I was quite surprised that it's add clear capability. Really good, honestly, creating a lot of threadlings and just wreaking havoc everywhere. Editing Wolfgang here. So I did forget to mention, you want to use this on bigger targets, not on ads, as using a linear on ads is actually painful in my opinion. The point is that I made this build quite some time ago. I believe I made it in November of last year. So I've had it for a while. Euphony has been changed out many times, but now that I tried it with Euphony, I wanted to bring it out to you, or post a video on it. And now with all these strand artifact mods, so to shreds, horde shuttle, unraveling orbs, and vile weave, this build feels amazing in my opinion. The one issue I have with it is ammo economy. You can do a lot of things for that. Realistically, I use this build mostly on onslaught, kind of on level stuff. So that's why I'm not too concerned, but you could do stuff like stacks on stack, as well as charged up, which I had forgotten what it was called. That way with stacks on stacks, you can get 2 orbs of power per orb you pick up, or 2 armor charges per orb of power you pick up. And then stacks on stacks lets you hold 4 armor charges. And that way you can cycle your special finishers every, like 2 kills or so, and get ammo from it. So that's really good. Me personally, I prefer to just use this build in Onslaught where you get heavy boxes pretty often. But that's really up to you. Like I said, on level stuff, it's always good. I can recommend something like a primary weapon for your secondary slot or energy slot. I just like to use Velocity Baton for the orbs and for quick light transcendence, as this is a very heavily darkness damage build. So yeah, the main thing we're trying to cycle in this build is threadlings, right? So I really wanted threadling grenades as well as Weaver's Call. And in terms of the melee, I don't know about you, I'm not a Warlock main, but I used to be. I feel like Arcane Needle is just the best melee period. It'll cause Unravel, it'll help us make more tangles, so it's just a really good build. And well, of course, we want Devour to give us even more grenades, and Weaver's Call really to just spam threadlings everywhere. You could switch this out for, I would really think a set or a Lightning Surge is a really good pick to get some darkness damage in, or light damage, or Helion. Helion's always good too. So there's a lot of options. Feed the Void is the main one you really want to keep, and then here you can switch it out for what you want. I just love threadling spam, so I'm keeping Weaver's Call. Our class item, which, you know, these have been somewhat controversial for a bit now, but realistically, I think at this point, it's fair to talk about them. Inmost Light Swarm. Now, Swarmers on its own, I think, is a good exotic. Call me a blueberry if you want. The good thing about the class item is that we still get threadlings out of our tangles, which we're trying to create a lot of, but also Inmost Light is just busted, as it'll just help our abilities cycle even more. So we're getting, just think about it for a bit. In terms of grenade generation, every melee we make procs Inmost Light. Every orb we pick up will proc Invigoration. Every kill we make will proc Devour. And lastly, basically every threadling kill we get, really, because this darkness damage is giving us grenade energy. So we're just basically, or at least trying to spam our grenades, and it's pretty doable with this build. In terms of loadout, I can highly recommend, well, Euphony, of course, is basically the main thing. Final Warning is also a decent pick, or Barrow Dyad, but realistically, I just want to show off how much threadlings Euphony can create. The secondary is completely up to you. I just strongly recommend it can either generate a lot of special ammo, a lot of orbs, or a lot of light transcendence. And then for the heavy, you have a couple options, but I will gravitate mostly to Pro Memoria, as in my opinion, it is the best strand machine gun. And I also recommend scintillation for more damage. Whenever you're going into a damage phase, you can swap to particle reconstruction, maybe take off limit break. As I will say, our strand super is not necessarily the strongest thing, but the main reason I want it is the proc spindle on Euphony, which makes it do a lot more damage, to 50% if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you give the build a try, and let me know if you like it.